Hey everybody. Yes, I'm back. So in my 100 Days of Halloween video earlier, I was talking about where I was out of town, the better part of the morning and the afternoon, running some errands, and mainly I went because I had to get the cases of my K-cup coffees. It's starting to get chilly at night, cold in the morning. It's about that time for me to transition sometimes from my cold coffee drinks to my hot coffee drinks and my hot teas and all of that stuff. And so while I was out and about up there, I had to go to several places. And because I was right over there, they have an Ollie's and they have Hobby Lobby right across the street from each other. So I ran into Ollie's because that was where they had my K cup coffees. And I got the coffees, and I'm not going to show you those. They're seasonal blends. It's a big case of them. I think there's like 60 in a case, and it's all different kinds of seasonal flavors and like pumpkin spice and all that yummy stuff. And I stumbled upon this little learn to knit kit. It's by Leisure Arts. I've seen other kits that have like the long knitting needles and some accessories and the long book, and you usually see those at like Walmart, and they've got like a learn to crochet one too. But this one was learn to knit project book, 4 bonus projects. Kit includes 7-inch or 18 centimeter pair of size 8 or 5 millimeter knitting needles and a project book. And it was only $1.99. And look at those baby knitting needles. And so when I open it, I'm going to flip through. It shows, I'm assuming if it's got, well, it says 4 bonus. So I don't know how many projects are actually in it. Maybe I should have tried to open it before we got oh, maybe it will open. And see. And I figured, if anything, if I don't like, when I try to learn the knit, if I don't like those needles for anything, I can use them when I'm putting together my Amis. I use knitting needles, but those are baby knitting needles. They have a headband, which is right there. Super cute. It was on the back. Okay. So maybe those are the only projects. And then they have a striped cowl right there. Super pretty. And some fingerless mitts, which were on the back. Yeah. So I guess those are the only projects. And then the one on the cover, which is the pink, I bet ya. The basket weave cowl. I'm kind of thinking that some of these things don't look like a beginner crochet project. But I could be wrong because I'm not a knitter yet. So yeah, I thought it was cute, and it was $1.99. And you guys know, once everything calms down, especially after the holidays. So yeah, $1.99. It was the only one I saw because if I would have seen that they had more, I could have grabbed a couple more. And if there was other people interested in learning, I could use them for giveaways or whatever. Not bad for $1.99. So then let me get a drink real quick. So then this is what happened. Right across the street from Ollie's is a strip mall. Has a lot of stores in it. And there's a Hobby Lobby. So I went over there, and you guys know, I think it was Saturday. Brian and I had to go up there because he had prescriptions to pick up. And I had him drop me off in there while he was waiting, looking around. like I said then, I had went in for a picture for my wall, and I had gotten a little mini yarn haul of a few things. Some fall colored yarns, and then some of the little wooble dupe yarns. In anticipation with the holidays coming, me making extra little woobles from the kits I've been getting. And that way I can use them, like I said, for random acts of kindness, ornaments, and use them like little hospice makes, ornaments, etc. And so I grabbed some of those in colors that I didn't have. And so when I went today, I realized that there was one color that I thought I grabbed and I never did. So, yeah, I grabbed because I know I'm going to need them. So they had some pink. And so I grabbed some pink. And with it being 30% off yarn week, these are normally $3.49, but they are $2.44 when it's the 30% off. So I got 5 of those. So that wasn't too bad. And then, oops, I'm dropping stuff. Whoops. We'll set that right there for now. And then I realized with that fall colored yarn that I had gotten, I realized I was going to need some more of a solid color. And this one is burnt pumpkin, which I thought I had a skein of it, but I must have used it in another project a while ago. And so I just went ahead and grabbed one burnt pumpkin. And then I have been using this desert glaze, and it goes real well with the other fall colors that I got, especially I got one right here. This orange burst, which actually both of these actually go well. So, and yes, they are going to be pumpkins. Yes. Um so I can't wait to get started. And then I saw another color there um that normally when I've gone, if I remember correctly, they never had it in stock. And it was the kaleidoscope. And I thought that it also goes really well with the desert glaze and then that burnt pumpkin. So I have 3 different options to go. And in hindsight, maybe I should have grabbed another desert glaze, but I have a partial skein and this one and then that burnt pumpkin. Um, so I should be okay. So yeah. It was all about the seasonal fall stuff and getting ready for ramping up for the holiday makes and stuff like that. And then because right by these was the cotton, and I always look at the cotton because, well, for one, I used a lot of cotton when we were doing the 100 days of, not 100 days, the year of dishcloths. And with me accepting the double dog, triple dog dare from Laura over at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, I will be at the beginning of the year starting up the next dishcloth make along for the little encyclopedia of dishcloths. And so I'm going to have a yarn avalanche over here. And I noticed that they had some of the Crafter Secret Cotton. And these are new colors to me. And this one was called Extra Sprinkles, which I thought was so pretty. And I thought it would go very well in a dishcloth. And then they had this one, which is called Potpourri Print or Potpourri, which I thought was very pretty. So I just grabbed these two to put in my bin with all the cottons to get ready for come January. And I'm still putting together how we're going to do it because In my mind, I don't want it to be boring and I don't want it to go in order like Laura didn't. I like the randomness, which is why I do the random squares every day with my 100 days of Halloween. I love it being random, so you never know from time to time which one you're going to be doing. I'm just still trying to figure out how we're going to do that. I kind of have a couple ideas, but I'm trying to figure out a name to go with it, if that makes sense. So, but then, yes, um, some of you may know who have been around for a while. I do other crafts. Besides crochet and wanting to learn to knit, I paint, I draw, I write, I like to color, I like to do a lot of things, make jewelry, make stitch markers, but I also sew. And it's been a while, and they had fall, even though this isn't the week because it's yarn 30% off week. So normally the fabric goes on sale next week, on the opposite week of the yarn, but they had signs all over the place as soon as you were getting back there that were saying that the fall and the Christmas printed fabric were 50% off. So I went for a look see, and I did get some fabric. This is some Christmassy kind of, it's got the little like candies and the stripes. And if you were around last year, you guys know I decorate in these colors. But I have some ideas for these. So I got this one right here. And then I got this one right here with all these little gingerbread girls and boys. I thought those go really good together. And then, and then this one goes well with it too. Look. Oh, look at that. Little gingerbread houses and gingerbread people and gingerbread Christmas trees. Yes, please. Um, so those were the Christmassy ones. And then um I saw these. And of course, yes, pumpkins. I thought they were super cute. So I got a yard of that. And then I love this one. This little old lady that was in front of me snagged the whole bolt. And I thought for sure she was going to take the whole thing, and she didn't. She only got 2 yards. So when the lady was done cutting and it was my turn, I told her to go ahead and cut me a yard of that one off of the bolt that that lady had taken up. And she's like, I'm an enabler. And I was like, aren't we all? Aren't we all? I thought it was funny because Ranee and Patricia and I, and well, a lot of us, we call each other enablers. So, yeah. So I grabbed the pumpkins. I thought that was so pretty with the teal, the oranges, the white, the ghost pumpkins. Very pretty. And then, of course, that one's so fun. But yeah. So, hopefully, I can get some projects taken care of, and that way I can get my sewing machine out sometime soon, and be able to get some stuff done. And then last but not least, yes, last but not least, I had talked about this Saturday. That I had looked at kits when I was in Hobby Lobby to look for a picture. And of course, the yarn aisle was calling me. And I went back there and I looked at the kits on the wall, and they didn't have that many. And most of them were real teeny tiny and everything. They didn't have many of the big ones. Our store up there in Cookville never has a very good selection. Their yarn department is very, very tiny. You have the one aisle where you have yarn here, which this is cotton, and then your I love this yarn on this side. And then you have like your baby yarns, and I think it's the sugar wheels and some like sport weight and stuff. And then when you turn the corner, like half of that aisle on the back side is the ginormous yarns, and that's the only yarn they have. That's it. An aisle and a half. Not even an aisle and a half, an aisle and a quarter. Yeah. Um, so I, in hindsight, maybe I should have gone down a little further south to Murfreesboro to go look it out, because that one has, well, last time I was in there, they had a bigger yarn department. So I don't know, maybe next time. But I looked at the kits and I had seen one Saturday and I was like, no, I'm not going to get it because it's probably got yucky yarn in it. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? If the yarn is yucky, I don't have to use the yarn. It's not like I don't have yarn I can use. But I wanted the pattern because I thought this was super adorable. And it is the crochet kit by Needle Creations. It says Needle Stitch Sew Craft Creations. It's skill level intermediate. Knowledge of crochet is required. Um, and it's the complete kit, everything included, and it is the cat. And I thought she was super adorable with her little fish handbag, her little fishy crossbody. It's got materials included is 100% polyester yarn, the 100% polyester fiber fill, plastic crochet hook, must use included hook or results may vary. No thanks. I got my own. I will not use that plastic crochet hook. 2 plastic eyes, a plastic needle. Won't be using that either. Embroidery floss, instructions, supplies needed, basic sewing supplies. Okay. Finished care instructions, dust or spot clean with a damp cloth. And it's called NC Crochet Kit Cat. Right there is the information. www.fabriceditions.com out of Greenville, South Carolina. 2506 Negombo, China. But it was $5.99. Finished size 8.5 inches by 7 inches by 4 inches, or 21.59 centimeter by 17.78 centimeter by 10.16 centimeter. But I thought she was cute. And if I don't like the yarn, we can always use my yarn and just chuck this. Wait, we can look before I stab myself with scissors. Let's see. Oh, they've got it all in a bag. And they've got, there's 1 stuffing, 2 stuffing, and the instructions. And let's feel this yarn, guys, because I don't know if any of you have bought this. Well, it don't feel that bad. Not bad. I felt better. Nice tying it instead of, yeah. This must be for her fish. And then you've got the flimsiest crochet hook ever. Yeah, we won't be using that. And then you've got the little embroidery thread, the safety eyes. They give you 3, so you have an extra in case something happens. And then the white, that's kind of a skein. Why couldn't they do it like the mini Red Heart Super Saver skeins? What'll be fun is it does come with an instruction video if you can scan the little um, box. So we'll see how the instructions read. They don't look too bad, but I guess we will find out, won't we? So, yes. So that was that. I'm liking getting these little kits that are like real quick little kind of instant gratification makes because of the amount of large projects I've been doing. And normally when I do an amigurumi, it's one of those very skilled undertaking kind of things. So not even going to put that hook in that bag with that stuff because we won't be using it. We'll just stick it in the box because no. Nobody wants to use a hook that's going to bend when you're trying to crochet. So, yeah. And the yarn is very thin. It looks like a light 3. And it doesn't say on here. So, yeah. But depending, I mean, if the instructions are super cool and not bad at all, I think she would look adorable as like a calico kitty in chenille with her little fish handbag. I thought she was adorable. So we're going to try it. It's just, yeah, just another thing to do that's real quick and won't take that much time. And you have the pattern forever as long as it's a good pattern. And I can make additionals for hospice and, like I said, Christmas gifts and what have you. So, yeah. So that was my little Hobby Lobby yarn haul and um, craft kit. Um, so yeah. Let me know if you guys have bought any of those little kits from Hobby Lobby and how they work up and what did you guys think of it? Um, like I said, once I start working with it, if it's like coming apart because it's not wound real good and it's very splitty, I'll forego the yarn and just use stuff out of my stash, which I may end up doing. I can almost guarantee it. Yeah. So I guess with that, I'm gonna let you go for this video. It was just a little Hobby Lobby / Ollie's yarn haul. Not a whole lot. I didn't need a whole lot. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough of that because you guys know autumnal colors are not something I keep around a lot, and I really want to work on these pumpkins. Sam over at Memphis Makes has been doing the wheat stitch pumpkins. She's making a whole pumpkin patch, and I have that pattern. I have yet to use it because I haven't made pumpkins since last year, and I was looking for because normally I do them in bright fun colors and everything, and I really wanted to use bright fun colors, but I also wanted some autumnal in there to go out of my norm. So I thought, these with some of these as like to kind of give it a pop and what have you. Um, yeah. So we'll see how they work out. If not, I can always use them in something else because I didn't buy a whole lot of them. You guys know that because I don't normally keep this kind of stuff, but who knows? Maybe I'll like them and be like, oh, I need to make more. How many sizes can I do? So, yeah. So I guess with that, I'm going to let you guys go so I can get this uploaded and scheduled out. And I will be having another video for you, bonus video this week, maybe 2. I'm not sure yet. We will have to see how that goes. And yeah, so I love you guys. And I hope that you guys have some yarny goodness. Anybody out there making pumpkins besides, I think Patricia's making pumpkins from the Yarny Cat Crochet. Sam's making pumpkins. Of course, she's been making pumpkins for a while. I will be making some pumpkins in amongst everything else. Anybody else out there making pumpkins? If you're making pumpkins, send me pictures or send Ranee pictures. That still can be included in the 100 Days of Halloween Cal, meaning not crochet along, but craft along. So it counts. Send us your pictures. We want to see what your cool pumpkins look like or whatever you're making. So with that, I am going to say goodbye. I've got some stuff I got to do, and I got to finish up on my square that we drew out earlier. So it'll be ready for tomorrow. And I'm going to say, I love you. And remember, and I haven't said this for a while, so all you new people might be hearing this for the first time. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, guys. Love you bunches. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.